So contractors, in this video, I want to talk to you guys about the one skill that is, without a question, the most important skill that you either need to acquire or you need to continue to work on throughout your life as a general contractor, throughout your career as a general contractor. In fact, this is the one skill that if you are able to master and refine as time goes on within your construction business, you can make and literally print infinite amounts of money for your business. In fact, this is the one skill that if you are able to master, you will never have to ask silly questions like, where's my next lead going to come in from? Or maybe I have to try this new advertising method or strategy, or, listen to this agency that's only been around for, a year and a half and see what they have to offer, or maybe test some one-day bathroom remodel offer Facebook ads just to see if those could possibly convert. Look, this is not a video that is intended for contractors that are doing $250,000, $500K, even $1 million a year. This is intended for the contractors who have gotten to a certain level in their business because they have already shown signs that they have some degree of expertise within this skill. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to make sure that I not only break down what this skill is, why it's important to make sure that you continue to nurture the skill and grow within the skill set, but also why in this age, in 2025, this is probably going to be the most, I could actually say more certainly, this is going to be the most important skill that you can harness for yourself. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Lev Parsegian. I'm the founder of Cosmosify, a consulting agency that helps remodel contractors and custom home builders bring order to their business. And on this channel, I don't make any income claims or outlandish claims about anything that we do for our contractors. I am just sharing stories about things that I have seen work firsthand from working with tens of contractors all across the United States and even Canada. Just so you know. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So what is this one skill? You may be thinking maybe it's sales, maybe it's recruiting, maybe it is, honestly, maybe you're thinking it's marketing. And if you're thinking that it's marketing, you would be right. But there's a distinction that needs to be made when I talk about marketing. Because marketing is this like umbrella term. But more specifically, it is chunked down to your ability to get strangers to know who it is that you are, what it is that you do, and how well it is that you do the thing that you do. Okay? So it's the skill of enrollment more so than the skill of marketing. Okay? And you may think, okay, enrollment, that sounds a lot like sales. It doesn't really sound like marketing. And you are right to some degree. But the thing that we need to understand in terms of the difference between marketing and sales is that fundamentally they serve a similar purpose, right? Within sales, you are conveying a message to a prospect that has a pain or an unfulfilled desire so that you can bridge their gap between where it is that they are and where it is that they want to be with your offer or with your solution or with your transformation that you provide with your remodel services. And the reason why this is similar to marketing is because you're ultimately doing the same thing when you're marketing yourself, but instead of doing it on a one-on-one basis, you are doing it on a one-to-many basis, right? You are getting a singular sales message and conveying it to a large group of individuals within your market segment. And the reason why I say the word enrollment and your ability to enroll people is because to enroll someone requires you to understand their needs and their pain points well enough to be able to speak specifically to those things in an undeniable way where they can say, oh shoot, this guy understands what I need. This guy's a premier contractor. He's not somebody who's just rolling around in the dirt, your typical chuck in the truck who's operating his whole entire business from his four wheels. right? This is somebody who has an operation behind him, somebody who is established, somebody who has a track record, somebody who values customer experience. And so the reason I say that this is such an important skill to work on or to master throughout this year, especially in 2025, in this AI revolution age that we're in, is because everybody is, especially your competition is going to be so focused on the shiny objects that are throwing themselves out in the marketplace, which is, implementing some sort of AI solutions here, there, left, right, and everywhere. But what's going to separate the good contractors from the incredible ones are the ones who learn and continue to master the skill of enrollment so that they can build more trust in the marketplace and ultimately sell more jobs to their ideal customers. While most of the industry is moving towards this, I want to automate as much as I possibly can. I want to automate and get rid of labor wherever I can, and I want to get rid of myself and replace myself from the sales and marketing process so that people can just post ads for me and write things online so that I really don't have to do much. The contractors who are going to be winning are the ones who lean in on this skill set. It blows me away that more contractors don't realize that amazing construction businesses have been founded in the past and continue to be founded on the fundamental principles of I do a good job for you, and then I advertise that good job to other people just like you. And so this skill of enrollment, the skill of marketing yourself is tremendously important to a construction business owner in 2025, because this is going to be the one skill that will allow you to turn on the money printer at any given point in time when the business slows down. In fact, this is the one skill that will enable you to pick up any phone at any given point in time and go get new customers just by calling people. It blows me away that more contractors do not embrace the power of picking up the phone. There's so much power that comes from literally picking up a phone and connecting one-on-one with another human being. And we can talk about how it is that you can connect one to many, and get a marketing message out there using social media platforms or ad platforms and things like that. But the fundamental skill alone is still enrollment. It's your ability to communicate or convey a message to a very specific type of person in your audience and show them that you are the answer to the question that they've been trying to solve in terms of their home remodeling needs for the longest period of time. And so I want to talk to you guys, I guess more specifically, about why in 2025 this is going to be a game changer for you guys. Because AI really is changing everything. And it has been changing things now for the last 3-4 years. Really since like ChatGPT came out. It's like the world before ChatGPT and after ChatGPT. And we can see it in how people write. You can see it in how people submit job applications and things like that from what I've seen. It's everywhere. And the last thing that you want to do is use AI to replace yourself for marketing. Because it's the one thing that homeowners who are inviting contractors into their most intimate spaces rely on to make decisions for who it is that they want to hire. And if you're removing that personal element, you're robbing homeowners of their ability to get to know who it is that you are, what it is that you do, how well it is that you do it. So if you're wondering, okay, what should I be focused on in 2025 if I really want to grow the business? Of course, there are so many operational things required to make sure that your company is efficient, like putting certain systems in place as it relates to team performance, subcontractor performance, estimating systems, clock in, clock out systems, your bookkeeping management systems. There's a bunch of systems that are required, and I'm not saying that those things are not necessary. But what I am saying is that those things will just sustain the scale that you're at. They will not enable you to get to an even bigger leap or take an even bigger leap should you desire that. Okay? And I think this was really heavy on my heart to make this video today, mainly because of the fact that, as you guys probably know and you've seen for a really long time, maybe some of you some of you haven't. But there's an online entrepreneur, business person, and I don't mention a lot of people on this channel or talk about experiences with other entrepreneurs just because they have brands and those brands get tainted, and I don't want the association with them. But there's one entrepreneur who does this incredibly, incredibly well. And I've had the opportunity to meet him last year, which I'm not going to get into. I could make it a separate video if you guys want, talking about that. But this entrepreneur's name is Alex Hormozi. And Alex Hormozi actually just recently held a 3-day long book launch where he broke the Guinness World Book of Records or Guinness Book of World Records for the fastest selling nonfiction book within a 24-hour period. Why is this relevant to contractors? Because if you take a look at how it is that Alex launched that book and everything that took to lead up to that book launch, it's unbelievable how much work went into it. And the result of it was record-breaking. But that all came to, I guess, that all started from his unrelenting ability to communicate a message to an audience that has a pain or an unfulfilled desire in an incredibly clear way. Okay? Like, if you don't have that ability, and this is somebody who's been doing it for over a decade and a half, I would say at this point. And it continues to, I think this is probably going to be like an over $100 million multi-9-figure book launch for him and for his company. And it's still that fundamental skill of enrollment. And so if contractors, if you're asking like, oh, okay, like, well, I'm a smaller guy, I don't really need to do that. Look, you may be right. Maybe you don't need to do it. But all the time that you think you don't need to do it, there is another contractor in your local market, and there are contractors all across the nation in their respective local markets that are working on this skill, that are watching those book launches, that are watching videos just like this, taking inspiration and saying, I need to create videos just like this for homeowners to get enrolled with me, with who I am, how it is that I do things, and so on. And so if you're not doing this, guys, you are leaving so much opportunity and money on the table. Okay? I don't want you guys to lose out on any opportunities just because of the fact that you are not privy to information. And that's, again, a big part of the reason why I make these videos, so I can light a fire under your butts and hopefully you guys can take action, because frankly speaking, I don't see a lot of videos like this in the construction industry and the online construction community, specifically on YouTube, Instagram, and all the social platforms. And if I do see them, then they certainly don't go into as much detail or theory or thought or even application of how it is specifically that you can apply this stuff to your construction business. If you want a really practical way or a practical takeaway of something that you can do at the end of this video, I would just challenge you guys to do one thing. I'm going to take out my trusty notebook that you guys have seen before. Take out a notebook just like this. And in that notebook, open it up and write down what you do, all the services that you perform, and write a statement of what you also do not do, all the services you do not perform. And after you do that, write down how many clients you've served, how many years you've been in business. I guess a good one would be how many years of industry experience you have, or some unique things about you that make you a good fit for a homeowner's project. Write all of these things down into a notebook so that you can see it visually for yourself. And then from there, work towards communicating this message in a way that more people can understand in your market so that they can eventually become customers. I would recommend that if y'all are watching this and you've gotten this far, you should probably learn how it is that you can start speaking to a camera so that you can enroll people using a camera and the free distribution that we have with YouTube, Instagram, and all the different social platforms. But maybe I'll get into, the details of that and the application of that over a whiteboard video like the ones that you guys have seen on the channel. But in any case, never stop marketing. Never stop mastering the skill of marketing and enrollment. It is so crucial, and it will be the thing that leads you to making a lot of money in the future for your construction business. If you got value from this video, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Peace.